Previously on the shadow of Alterra, banished from her home, the guardian of Jasara, Delilah was left to be forgotten. But in the desert, an ancient power remade her into something else entirely, a myth the Zarathans knelt before, and a truth witnessed by the outsider, Kaikoa, a man of duty now compromised by his own delay. He has reached Jasara, but the storm he saw forming in the waste now arrives at the gate.
Alterra Tal Reto, ver var ilin, unar lorinet varok, ver var Alterra, ver var fel norka, var ilin tek velian leo lorin ilinorin, Tal Reto, var ilinesh, lorin retor ilin, tal kal ilin, bel ilin shara ilin serkalor. Ver var kalor, var varok teklio lorin ilin. Var kalor lian leo lorin rin ilinor. Varten. Tal ilin quen balen ver shalian tek. Var thalian. Var ehlara an bal kalbalior ver varuk kadron. Var katharingan nor vervok. Lior ver bel kadron ver nor velar. Varnis aleth an vel thal kal thalfa. Varet varliran shara an varlior. Vardral mor lan shara ilnor. Ver var unarm balen wok weknor. Ver var unarm balen ver thal tara var fa. Varten ver varok ilin velian. Oman ilin anlian. Varlian retor, bellian korin ilin, var terra nor, varlian nor.
The city waits. They're watching.
Let them wait. My son's down there. He knows who commands the storm, and it isn't her.
Then be still. The shard changed her. We must be certain what stands before us.
When Delilah steps forward, a hush spreads. The wind stops and even the birds seem to hold their breath.
Delilah, why have you returned?
To return what was taken and remind Jasara who it silenced to feel safe.
What is it you carry? You are not the Delilah that left us.
You need not know what I carry. Yes, that version of me broke in the desert and this one was born beneath it.
Delilah, our parting words weren't meant to echo like this. Yet here you stand, and crimson vines rise from the sands to meet you. Is this your voice now?
Long before cities named their streets, the ground had its own language. She remembers that tongue, and Jasara feels the old grammar woven beneath its feet.
Are those flowers a warning or a threat?
Why would I threaten you, Elder Amar? How many names of the dead and discarded did you hide behind with order in threat? And did you teach those names to your son?
Hold.
Delilah!
You turned the spring against itself and fed it your rage. So don't make me answer for your corruption.
Jasara will not be moved by charge or fear, and neither will I.
If any parts of the Delilah we once knew still lives, I beg you to speak and cause like one of us.
You exiled me to preserve your version of peace. Tell me, has the spring been kind in my absence? What about the farms, or the choking citizens and the lost super beings of Jasara, the ones who vanished without the dignity of a vote, elders?
You think we chose silence? I was here when Jasara buckled, when fire filled children's lungs, and when mothers screamed and turned to ash. I didn't vote your exile out of cruelty. I did what was necessary.
'Cause you survived, but what about the ones who didn't? You made their absence law and their deaths your balance. Council, today, we will take a vote. If Elder Amar still carries your confidence, say it. Say it here, out loud, in front of Jasara to hear who stands beside him. When he was the one who banished your children.
A vote held under threat is not a vote. It is a surrender. We must confer.
There is nothing to confer. We hold the line.
What line, Amar? The one we broke when we exiled her, or the one that is breaking now as the farms wither? Her words find purchase because they hold truth. The city suffers. Can't you see that?
The city suffers because its balance is broken. She is not the cause of the drought, Amar. She is a symptom of a deeper sickness. Her return forces a question we have refused to ask ourselves.
And you have an answer, don't you? You who agreed with her in private, then flinched when it mattered in the light. Don't mistake your ambition for conscience. You bend. You always have.
And you stand, not from conviction, but because your name is etched into the old stones. My ambition is for a Jasara that survives. Yours is for a Jasara that remembers you. For Nisaleth, I withdraw my confidence, not to appease her, but because you stopped serving the city long before she returned.
Lirin Amar is not the enemy. He is the last man clinging to an agreement that is collapsing, but silence protected no one. My confidence broke the day we called exile justice. I just never had the will to say it. I too vote no confidence.
They voted without pride. Hands rose slowly, weighed by grief or clarity, each admitting at last that safety was never justice.
I told myself I was protecting Jasara. I thought I was doing the right thing. I still want to believe I was.
Some power arrives in an instant, shattering skies. This was subtler, like roots through stone, quietly carving weakness, until the bedrock itself yielded.
Jasara does not hold its breath today. Send word to every district. The gate stays open. Someone long exiled has come home.
Before you walk these streets, Delilah, there is a courtesy I must share. Come.
If this is who she's become, I need to look closer, and I don't have much time.
If you're to walk Jasara's streets, wear what it knows and what it respects.
Even if it's forgotten what I was.
The city knows, but you've changed, and if they're to hear you, you must remember them.
You could have voted differently.
You could have left us no choice.
Jasara sleeps with one eye open. Its nights carry a stillness the day will not trust, where the wind moves softer and the streets keep their secrets in the folds of shadow. Beneath those stones, where no bell tolls and no torch burns, a man follows the pull of a chain at his throat. Kaikoa moves low, cutting his own shadow across walls that sweat, their fading glyphs crawling like old scars over the passage. At his neck, the Pelagian chain strains, not toward treasure but toward something waiting.
The council dismissed my warning. When she crossed the gate, the spring stirred and my necklace strained like a hull against an undertow. Pelage sent me to trace instabilities and potential weaknesses. They also sent me to gauge its strength, to see if this oasis, its miraculous water, could be our future home, if necessary. By the tides, the Benin Brotherhood, vengeance emblem. So this is why Jasara was named Keeper of Histories. They weren't just given archives, they were given vaults.
The emblem was only the lock. Past it, the shelves grow stranger, their dust unsettled, as if the past still shifts in its sleep. Kaikoa steals like a man who knows each step is a theft, yet cannot turn back. What Jasara hides here is not memory on display, but memory withheld. Records folded in silence, waiting for no eyes at all. And among them, a single scroll marked by the first council's seal. Not prophecy, not plea, a warning buried deep.
The stillness is a cycle of this world, a reaping from day one. When it comes, time falters, our breath stalls, and the thresholds tremble. It is profound silence, but not an ending. Yet in the silence lies a danger, for then the veil thins between the realms and all force grows soft and pliant. Should any will strong enough to take hold, the world may be bound to a unity without life. Therefore, the stillness must be prepared for. Ah, this is the threat. So the stillness isn't a myth. What Pelage feels is no anomaly, it's return. The first council knew it would, but even they would not name the final price.
He came to map a city's currents, its strengths, its secrets, its hidden tides. Instead, he found the measure of its fear.
Pelage wants a new home. They might have found a tomb for the entire world instead.
In the Zarathan deeps, the Benin Brotherhood keeps watch. They are the guardians of memory sworn to an ancient stone that refuses to forget. But in an age of new echoes, even the most sacred duties can lead to questions.
Adisa, look, the flame answers slower, and it feels frayed, cold beneath the heat.
And my form pulled towards something sorrowful. This isn't weakness from within. It's coming from outside.
Nia, we all feel it. The stone's resonance is steady, but the world around it shifts. Since the shard returned to Jasara, the balance has tilted. Our duty to guard the thresholds feels more pressing than ever.
But what if guarding is not enough? If this echo, if Ashara ourselves does, don't we owe it to her to understand what it's calling?
Okora and I believe it feels like a promise, or mending something broken. To ignore it feels like leaving the work unfinished.
You see, a promise can be a law in a thirsty land. Our vow is to the memory, to the stone, not to the promise of what might call. Guardians, ground yourself in that vow. Do not let it lead you. That is our strength. That is the line we hold.
In the open air, doubt drifts where wind can scatter it. Beneath the desert skin, there is no wind, only breath drawn deep, held too long. The cavern breathes like a buried lung, slow, rhythmic, dust rising with each unseen exhale. Torches guttering carved obsidian, their flames bowing toward the vengeance stone. A monolith veined in cobalt light, pulsing slower than any mortal heart. Ogunbiya kneels, listening for cadences in memory. Across from him, Menmi slips from shadow, his cloak whispering over gravel. Between them, the weight of prayers not yet spoken.
Elder Ogunbiye, the stone's pulse is in my teeth tonight.
Not louder, Menme. Urgent. The shard has returned to Jasara. It carries an echo, a wound from the past.
Delilah?
Or what wears her voice. The stone remembers her as balance. Now it tastes regret laced with command, and forgetting is always the first price of stillness.
Others feel the change. Okoro, Nia, but they speak of it less as a warning, more as a call. They wonder if refusing to answer is neglecting part of our duty.
A memory that cannot bear a question was never a truth, only a story. We hold the stone because it carries the names the diminishing tried to swallow. That weight does not shift with the wind.
And if questions pull us in different directions?
Our path holds. Listen, guard, remember. But guide those who wander before they drift too far. Send quiet word to Femi and Yemi. The stone stirs for Catherine, not revelation.
And Okoro?
You cannot guide someone who believes they have found their own light. The warning for her is not in our words. It is in the silence of the stone.
The silence of the stone. But not all shadows are silent tonight.
Beneath the Benin's reach lies an unmaking, a place where the shape of land is an accident and vision walks only as trespass. Here time loosens into fraying loops, gravity sways like a restless tide. Light cuts downwards, then folds into itself. Voices drift unknowing they once could speak. This is the diminishing.
The cycle turns just as we planned. The spring answered, the city broke, and she walked through the gates. She has returned to them with the shard. My disruption in the spring, it was the perfect catalyst. It held all these months, gave her exile the weight it needed.
You nudged a fault line, Nilsara. It was loud. The resulting tremor has drawn attention.
But she has the shard. She felt its call.
She felt attuned to a thirst that was not her own but akin. The shard does not call. It compels. There is a difference. It is a child holding a star, yes, and it will burn her hollow. That is its nature. By then, Alterra will lie still. That is the path.
The path to a world reborn, a pure expression of Elara. What good is a history that only leads to ruin? Their precious continuity is a flaw, a chain that binds them to their mistakes. Our path offers freedom from it. It is why the stone has fallen silent. It is a relic whispering stories to a world that no longer needs them.
The stone does not have faith. It records. It forgets nothing. Do not mistake the quiet of a coiled serpent for the slumber of the dead.
Then let it record its own ending.
The loom is now threaded. See that your own hands do not cause the pattern to unravel in a history you fail to understand. Now go.
Yes, Queen Jasara.
The daughter seeks praise while the mother pats her head. I need more processing power. The emotional amplitude of that much sincerity could destabilize a minor star. Log entry, Cycle 7, Verse 4. Anomaly classification updated. Most anomalies are static. A crack in glass, a trapped reflection. Harmless, unless you stand too long in front of it. But an echo carrier. An echo carrier is agency grafted onto the scar. It doesn't just replay, it adapts, wears the past until it fits the present. This one has learned her voice, or she has learned its hunger. Neither will end cleanly. A countercurrent has emerged, the Pelagian or the antibody. He is bringing a prayer to a plague ground. Pity. The doctrine is clear. Caliber's first law, preserve the integrity of the timeline. We do not interfere. But the first law has a flaw. It assumes the pattern is worth preserving. My work has taught me a different truth. A corrupted pattern should not be preserved. It should be vivisected, its secrets extracted. Only then can you write a cleaner code. Soon, another entry for the archive.
I told them I would bring peace. I hope we can deliver.
Let them taste this stillness. It is how a flood arrives.
Thanks for joining us on this journey into the shadow of Alterra. This was just the beginning. This story is far from over. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you're the first to catch the next episode. We'd love to hear what you think. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, thanks for watching, and Valinor Alterra.
Nice.